Hey guys, welcome back to Screen Orb. Today, we'll talk about 8 of the most cringe moments on Bar Rescue. Let's head into it. Number 8. Too many managers, not enough man. Pro Sports Bar. In this episode, John realized that there was an abundance of managers on site, which wasn't needed. They all seemed to have their own agenda, but the one thing they saw eye to eye was giving the owner a hard time. It's not a good sign when the owner can successfully manage his own staff, and John saw this right away. From their attitude towards the reckon to the constant arguing, it was a painful episode to watch. Since the show, the bar is now called BR Steak and is still in business.
You walked in and you kind of felt like you were really out of place.
That is not a sports bar I'd ever go watch a game in.
Number 7. Raccoons in a tacky smoking jacket. Casey's Bar. Originally a private smokers club above a bingo hall in a VFW, the first task of business was getting the pesky rodents and critters out of the ceiling. Since there was no way around the smoky room, John took it upon himself to go with that vibe and stamped a speakeasy theme on it instead. As if there wasn't a lot going on already, the one pool table was being used as a buffet table, and later on in the episode, an actual raccoon ran across the bar and relieved himself. Reality television is known for being staged, but really, who knows?
A raccoon!
Oh my god, raccoon? Yes.
Wildlife!
Number 6. Owner on the Run. The original hideout. Two brothers owned the original hideout in Tucson, Arizona. Its main issue was that one of the brothers owed $300,000 in debt and couldn't seem to keep up. The overwhelming weight these two brothers had on their shoulders was huge, but it's what some business owners have to endure. The other brother, Raul, couldn't seem to shake the stress and anxiety and literally ran away during filming. It was a sad scene as these brothers were completely in over their heads.
That wasn't fake, that wasn't scripted. You know, I think it's made us better because of it. I mean,
Number 5. Not cleared for takeoff. The Airliner. An old LA music venue was the lucky winner for this episode, and it needed major help. The interior and exterior were falling into disrepair, and oddly enough, the owner didn't seem to mind one bit. It's surprising that the owner would even agree on John coming in and working his magic, but at least it happened. It's still open to this day, so John must have sparked some passion in the owner after all.
Take a look back there, those are weaning rails.
This is perfect for eating food.
Now I want to sell drinks back here.
Number 4. Bro Bars and Bacon. Underground Wonder Bar. This jazz bar had been in business for over 20 years in Chicago, so some would say it has a pretty good track record. But once it moved to a different neighborhood, everything changed. The owner was a hippie that was known for her unique piano jazz, complete with a squealing chorus 4 nights a week. She was also vegan, so it was confusing when bacon was introduced on the new menu. It reopened as a craft cocktail joint that blended in with the masses, and the owner wasn't happy. She eventually asked John if he dyes his hair while coloring on a placemat like a child, and she later used sign language to say some adult-rated words about John to her child.
Either pick a dream or pick your money, because you're not going to have both.
Number 3. Punch drunk and trailer trashed. The O-Face Bar. A restaurant is a great place for a first job, but when the managers and staff don't care, it can be horrible. This was the case at the O-Face Bar, as the staff got drunk, started fights with one another, and much worse. Once John put them to the test, the food wasn't edible, mixing glasses were broken, and a physical fight broke out. The worst part? These people were family. In the end, John decided to walk away for the first time in history and recommended counseling for everyone. 2 years later, the owner was arrested on suspicion of abuse, so it's pretty obvious why the O-Face Bar is permanently closed.
I'm leaving. I am not rescuing your bar.
Number 2. The one with Taffer's wife. Sandbar. Once a famous Vegas blue bar, Sandbar was an establishment that had fans such as Etta James before closing in the 1970s. Thanks to a passionate OB-GYN, this bar got a second chance. Unfortunately, it wasn't doing well, and that's where John came in. He transformed the bar into a place where patrons could get beer-inspired cocktails and named it after the New Mexico zip code. This all seemed fairly normal until the bar owner started being creepy to John's wife. He compared her arm to another more private part of her body. John got wind of it and flipped out on the OB-GYN. There's a time and place, but it's definitely not at a bar.
I guess not.
So you don't own shit!
Number 1. Shamrocks and Shenanigans. Molly Malone's. Managing the bar was difficult for Bob Isaacson, and it wasn't as easy as Cheers made it seem, though he brought in his girlfriend to help him out. It seemed like an easy decision until their relationship became strained. On top of that, his staff didn't respect him, and conversations often turned into fights. The worst part, the bar was losing $6,000 a month in revenue, which is never a good sign. Basically, there was no leadership, the bar lacked any sort of identity, and jobs weren't taken seriously. John and his team seemed to help guide the team back to their main objective and gave the bar a makeover and renamed it Waypoint Saloon.
Keep her the away from me.
I will.
Right? Yeah.
Calm
I'm
down.
not joking.
She's nowhere near you. Calm down.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.